Since Saturday, state and local authorities have been searching the Chenipsit Forest for a Summers woman who was lost hiking. Today, they found her alive and transported her to a local hospital. The Yukon Board of Trustees voted to accept the invitation and return to the Big East. Some fans embrace the move while others strongly oppose it. From buzz cuts to drill practice, 285 new cadets completed their first day of SWAB Summer, the 8-week training program that transforms civilians into military officers that are ready to defend our country. With the July 4th holiday around the corner, families are having a great time cooling off here in the Long Island Sound at Lighthouse Point Park. As the shade tobacco industry falls, another grows in a town not too far away. As sheds are torn down in Windsor, brand new ones go up in South Windsor to keep up with the demand for broadleaf tobacco. With temperatures heading towards the 90s, Connecticut state beaches will be packed for the holiday weekend ahead. In New Haven, Tara Lynch, NBC Connecticut News. A BRANFORD man is facing voyeurism charges accused of watching a woman while she was showering at a local marina. Police say 45-year-old Paul DeLuca was watching the woman through a bathroom window of the shower area. He was arrested Saturday night. He's due in court next week on voyeurism and disorderly conduct charges. And more charges are likely against a Manchester man accused of secretly videotaping men in a gym locker room. Police arrested 29-year-old Antonio Selby on Sunday. They were called to the LA Fitness in South Windsor after someone found a cell phone recording in the men's locker room.
Mr. Selby, who was the arrested person, approached gym staff, said, "Hey, I'd like my phone back. I can't find it. It's not in my locker." They told him, "Have a seat. The police are on their way."
Investigators believe this wasn't the first time Selby targeted the locker room. They're now taking a closer look at his phone. And now a wild story creeping from a Glastonbury backyard. Take a listen. Those two timber rattlesnakes were found yesterday outside a home on Mountain View Road in Glastonbury. Animal control officers responded and relocated the snakes away from the home. The timber rattlesnake is one of 2 venomous species in our state. It's protected by the Connecticut Endangered Species Act. From buzz cuts to drill practice, 285 new cadets completed their first day of SWAB Summer, the 8-week training program that transforms civilians into military officers that are ready to defend our country. Cadets from near and far have been anxiously awaiting this day when they officially report to New London to begin official training.
I wanted to stop waiting for it to start, so now I'm just ready to roll.
Since I was about 11, my brother has always been my hero, and I always looked up to him. And when he decided to go to the Naval Academy, and when we went to visit, I was impressed, and I said I wanted that myself.
Through the 8-week training program, SWABs will learn the basics and what it takes to be a member of the Coast Guard.
We'll be practicing drill, which is like the marching that you'll see later. We're going to be sailing on the Eagle at some point, which is a big sailing ship. We'll be getting yelled at a lot. I know we have math class, and then all in all, just like learn about the Coast Guard and doing Coast Guard related activities.
While the journey can be tough, Superintendent William Kelly believes in the process.
This is going to be the safest and most inclusive environment that they can possibly serve under. So we're going to give them every opportunity to live, learn, and grow here at the Coast Guard Academy and fulfill their potential.
We're not individuals. Once we step through these gates, we're a team, and that's exactly how it's going to have to be for all of us to start together and finish together. No one can do it on their own.
Earlier, these cadets were sworn in and said goodbye to their loved ones, but they are now ready to embark on this 4-year journey. In New London, I'm Tara Lynch, NBC Connecticut News.
I've been always playing against able-bodied athletes, and it's hard to keep up.
Back in their regular school, they're the only person who has a disability.
At the Hospital for Special Care, Yvonne Lendl Adaptive Sports Camp.
I look at it as kids doing sports, and I don't really care what sport it is. They just are active and they have fun.
The camp has been running so long, he can't quite remember when it started.
I'm too old to remember that. A long time ago, close to 30 years.
While campers learn the basics of all different types of sports, the main lessons have nothing to do with the game at all.
Yes! Oh, nice shot!
They're not usually the kids who are picked first maybe on their team, and here, kids are getting picked first and they're having a blast.
Just being with others who are like me and having like sometimes like a fair playing field really is nice.
For counselors, it's a chance to give back.
There's really not a price that you can put on like what sports did for me in terms of just really the confidence that it gave me and the ability to compete with other of my peers who are my same age.
For athletes, it's an opportunity to try something new.
I was looking forward all summer to try out wheelchair tennis, and I was able to do that here, so I'm really excited to go back home and play it with my family.
At US Open, Wimbledon, French Open, and Australian Open, they have wheelchair tennis. And those guys and girls are amazing athletes. It's actually quite fascinating watching them.
For everyone, it's a time for fun.
Little girl yesterday who was saying, you know what, I really like to win, but more importantly, I like to have fun, and I'm having a lot of fun here. So that's really what it's all about.
Tara Lynch, NBC, Connecticut Sports.